Hello. I'm Mama Robin or Texas Beach Mom, whichever you prefer. It's kind of your choice. I've been known for Mama Robin for years, so that was originally why I picked this. If you are new here, this is Watts Wednesday, so I cover the Watts case every Wednesday. I also do other stuff in between, but mostly the Watts case on Wednesday. And if you've been back, then welcome back. Thank you. Everybody's welcome to come in, sit down, enjoy themselves. Could be funny, could be serious. You never know. But today on Watch Wednesday, I'm going to cover a couple of topics. One is a video I watched a few days ago by a creator, or the channel's name is... I drew a blank almost as soon as I opened my mouth. Erin on the Side of Caution. And I'm assuming the girl's name is Erin, E-R-I-N, because that's how she uses it. I have mixed feelings about this one. I only seen one Watts video. The title is what caught my attention, and it's kind of irritated me in the beginning because she talks about it talks about how MLMs may have caused him to murder his family. So the title kind of implies that she's given him a scapegoat. But I continued to watch it anyway. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it still. I've watched it twice now, and I'm still like, I'm not sure. Because there are parts where she doesn't ever directly bash Shanann or blame Shanann. But by giving the MLM credit and her working for an MLM, kind of implies, at least it does to me. And remind you, all this is just my opinion, but it kind of implies to me that she's giving him a little bit of a scapegoat. Now, while the MLM that she worked for, because you got to put money into it to make money from it, it may have been part of their financial problems, which it probably did play a role in their financial problems, and those financial problems may have been part of his resentment that was building. But I know it's not the true or the whole reason behind their financial problems. The main reason for the financial problems was the medical stuff, medical bills. Their medical bills was the primary reason, not the MLM. The MLM may have played a part in it, but it wasn't the primary. The primary reason was very simply that her medical bills, they got out of hand. I mean, and that neck surgery was not covered by their insurance. Some of the stuff that the girls went through was covered, some of it was not. So medical bills was the primary reason, and it got out of hand. The bills just started getting out of hand. She was probably doing a lot of juggling, like most of us have done. So to sit here and say it's all her fault is also not right. And this girl doesn't say that, but she does kind of blame the MLM, which is kind of blaming her, but not. So, Erin on the Side of Caution, I think that's what she was doing. I think her video, her one and only Watts video, was Erin on the Side of Caution, meaning that I think she didn't want to full-on blame Shanann because she knew people had come after her in the comments. But she wanted to give the Shanann haters a little taste so she could get them. So, riding the fence, Erin on the Side of Caution. It wasn't a scapegoat. It wouldn't have been a good scapegoat. I disagree. However, that's where we're at on that one. The other thing she talks about is the Thrive patches. She does imply that that's the reason that he snapped. Well, okay, let's examine that. First of all, he didn't snap. He did not snap. There's so much proof that he didn't snap. It wasn't like he just was having an argument, a heated discussion, and he snapped. He wanted her gone. He knew that at least weeks before he did it, maybe even months. He wanted her gone. He was I think he was in a relationship with Nikki way before they admit to it. I've said that in many videos. I've seen various things in the discovery that say that. It doesn't come out and say it because it can't, but it does definitely imply it. I've seen other videos about it where it's definitely implied. I think they were knowing each other for a long time, a lot longer than they admit to. And I think he was just done with Shanann. And when a narcissist is done, they're done. There's no saving it. There's no fixing it. Now, while the thrive patches may have played a role in his behavior being less rational and more radical, it might have played a role in it. I still don't think it's why he killed her. I don't think he killed her over the MLM. I don't think he killed her because they were in debt. I don't think he killed her because, because the thrive patches made him irrational. He killed her because he was done. He wanted to move on. He found somebody new. He was ready to move on. She would not move on, so he got rid of her. We've discussed this. I've discussed this a million times. I've also discussed the fact that the kids were part of the plan. And the reason why that was easy for him is because narcissists, when they're done with something, they're done. They don't want to fix the marriage. They don't want to go to counseling. They want to move on. When they're done, they're done. If they're getting their fix, and it's not, when I use the word fix, I've had some people go, oh, were they on drugs? No, it's an emotional fix. I can't get that mad over that. A lot of people don't understand it, and that's fine. But I do think that people should learn more about it. But back to what I was saying. When a narcissist finds a person that gives them their emotional fix, and the person they're with is no longer doing it for them, they want them gone. They want them gone. And Shanann wasn't willing to go. She wanted to fight for it, so Shanann had to go. The kids had to go because, let's be honest, even if Nikki did nothing else wrong, but Nikki did nothing else wrong but go, I don't want to raise your girls. I want children of our own. I want to start fresh. Even if that's all the girl did, that was enough for him to go, oh, well, shit. I can't just get rid of the wife. I got to get rid of the kids. He had talked about how he planned this out. He talked about the fact that he had thought about this for weeks. May have been longer than that. It may have been months. But the point is, he didn't snap. It was premeditated. She may have not been anything but a catalyst. I'm not going to argue that because there's so many different opinions on that one. I'm not going to argue it because, and I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I don't have proof. I don't know what Nikki did. But even if all she did was go, I don't want to raise your kids. I want my own children. If that's all she said to him, that was enough for him. He'd already made up his mind, and that was the end of it. So much proof about that. Not only that, and like I've said, Chris lies. Chris lies, but he also tells the truth a lot. And that's another thing about a narcissist. They lie a lot, but they mix the truth in with it so that you kind of stir the truth in and around so that it makes it harder to pick out. It makes it easier for them to gaslight you, too, if the truth is mixed in there with it. So, what you got to do when you're listening to his prison interviews or anything he says, you kind of got to sift through it. And you got to pick out the lies and the truth. You got to separate them. So, Aaron on the side of caution. The MLM, if that's what you're trying to do, is give him a scapegoat. It's not a good one. Yes, it may have some issues. It may have been some of the issues with their financial, and their financial may have been part of the resentment. Wasn't the reason why she was killed. And while the thrive patches probably did play a role in his behavior, being less, being more radical, then yeah, I agree. It played a role in it. But again, I don't think she was killed for that. But here's another thing. If the thrive patches do to people, and I don't know anything about the thrive patches, I don't know what they have in them. But if they do to people, like is suspected, like it kind of hops them up like cocaine or something like that, if in fact that would have given him, not only had he been working out and he lost a lot of weight and built a lot of muscle, but that when people are on drugs like that, like PCP, sometimes on cocaine, heroin, things like that, it not only, it kind of hypes them up. It in some ways, it seems to give them more strength, you know? So if the Thrive Patches were working on him like that, maybe that was part of it, but that still wasn't the reason. He was done. He was absolutely done. He didn't just snap. Now, here's some more parts that I'm going to talk about her video, and this is me being nitpicky, and I know it is. I'm being honest. I'm saying I'm being nitpicky. I think the name thing, the fact that she always called her Shannon, I think to me, in my opinion, not using someone's proper name, unless you're very close to them, you know them very well, and you have a personal relationship with them, you should always use their proper name, not a nickname. Like, my name is Robin, or Mama Robin, or Beach Mom, and that's fine for most people. I'm happy most people using that. But Robin's my proper name, and if you don't know me, or you don't know me well, I would rather you not. I mean, for purposes for the video, yes, by all means, Mama Robin Spine, Texas Beach Mom Spine, that's the name of my channel. But if you see me on the street, and you call me Mama Robin, I'm probably going to turn around and smile because it's the name I'm familiar with. But I think in most cases, you should use people's proper name. By putting myself out here, I have given literally the world permission to call me Mama Robin. I have given you permission. I've given it to you. I've handed it to you on silver platter. So here you go. My name is Mama Robin, or you can call me Texas Beach Mom, and I'm going to respond to it. I have people that call me Beach or Beach Mom. I'm still okay with it because by doing that, I've given it permission. But if I've not given you permission and you don't know me well, or you're not related to me, you don't have that permission. I gave that permission though. But back to what I was saying. Through the whole video, she called Shanann Shannon. Now, I've also got a theory on that. I do believe there's a possibility that because her parents referred to her as Shannon, that was probably her name on her birth certificate. I believe that maybe she changed it to Shanann, changed the spelling of it to Shanann, and therefore how it's pronounced instead of Shannon. But regardless, whether her name is Shannon or Shanann, Shanann is how she introduces herself. Shanann is how her friends and family knew her. Shanann is how Chris referred to her. So if you're an outsider looking in and you call her Shannon, I feel like that's disrespectful. That is me being nitpicky. I know it. I own up to it. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. A couple times she referred to Bella as Belle. And I didn't like that either. Again, that's me being nitpicky. I'm sorry. Bella is her name, not Belle. So unless you know Bella well and you or a part of the family or friends, you probably shouldn't call her Belle. Celeste was called Cece, and everybody knew that. That's fine. That's fine because everybody knew it. That's how she put it out there. So that's what I mean. If you put yourself out as Shanann, and people call you Shanann, that's great. That's what you put yourself out as. I put myself out there as Mama Robin or Texas Beach Mom. I've literally given everybody permission to refer to me as Mama Robin or Texas Beach Mom. But if I haven't already done that, if I haven't already given you permission, you should call me Robin. But onward. So that's the only things I really found wrong with it. I may watch it again. I just feel like that she was erring on the side of caution. I do feel like she was trying to give the haters something to watch, and at the same time, not say anything bad about her directly, so that she gets subscribers from both sides. You know what? If both sides choose to subscribe me, that's great. And if the people that hate Shanann choose not to, that's fine too. I don't care. I believe in being... I don't believe in being erring on the side of caution. I believe in picking a side and having the balls to stick to that side. You know, but that's me. So if you don't agree with me, fine. Watch me, don't watch me. Subscribe to me, don't subscribe to me. I appreciate my subscribers. Don't misunderstand that. I love each and every person that has subscribed. I appreciate you. I love you. I will respond to you in comments. I have already. But for the most part, I do believe in saying what's on my mind, and I do have the courage to stand by it. I don't like Meredith's 2 cents, and I've said so. And I've had people come at me and defend her, and I'm like, I don't understand how, but whatever. That's part 1 of Plots Wednesday. Part 2 is this one. I heard a theory the other day from somebody else. Don't remember who it was. Don't remember at all where I heard it. But I heard a theory, and I don't remember, and I'll tell you why. Because when I initially heard this theory, I dismissed it immediately. Like, now that's stupid. But it kept popping back up in my brain. It kept kind of gnawing on me, going, okay. It was in my noggin. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Maybe this theory isn't that dumb. It's not a good chance. I don't think it's got a good chance of being right. But I apparently felt like it was enough of a good theory to bring it up again. So here's the theory I heard. As we've discussed, or have I discussed a million times, Nicole Kessinger is not in the witness protection program. Absolutely is not. That was never stated. What was stated in the discovery is that she's a protected witness, which means they intended to use her for trial. So DA Rourke was told the detectives, everybody interviewing her, to go easy on her, to handle her kid close, because they need her as a witness. They need her testimony. Well, then he did a plea bargain, and there was no trial, and they didn't need her anymore. So you're all thinking to yourself, well, then she should have been brought down. And I agree. But here's the theory. And again, it's not very likely. I'm going to say that up front. But it was worth thinking about, so I'm presenting it. There's a theory presented by one person so far, maybe more. One person that I've heard, that possibly she is in prison. Possibly with the information they had on her. Because they have her already for so many criminal things, like the deleting her text messages. That's tampering with evidence. That's criminal. That's federal. They've got her on so many different things. If they really put it all together, they've got her on a lot. Maybe she is in prison. Maybe she's in a women's prison under a different name. Maybe she's already served her time and she's out again, or maybe she's still in prison. Now, again, I don't think this theory is a sound theory, but it was sound enough for me to go, now, wait a minute. You know, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes within the justice system that we don't know anything about. So while I don't think it's likely she's in prison, I think it's possible. So that's the second thing I wanted to talk about today, was just throw that out there and see what happens with it. Again, like I said, I don't think it's very likely, but I think it's worth bringing up. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wasted my time with it. That this one person believes there's a chance that we've not seen her or not heard from her because she is already in prison. She's sitting there with a different name. Maybe under some sort of protection within the prison. I don't know. Or it's possible that maybe a separate part of that theory might be maybe she's maybe not so much maybe in prison, but maybe in some sort of house arrest for the charges they brought up against her. Maybe they brought charges against her for tampering with evidence and lying to police officers. And there was a bunch of different things they could have brought her up on, and at the moment I can't think of it 2 or 3, but I know there was more than 2 or 3. If we sit down and we take everything she did from beginning to end and we analyze each and every step, I bet we can find a law that goes with those steps. And I might have to do that for the next video. It's a possibility. But maybe she's in some sort of house arrest. Maybe she's on some sort of probation. Maybe she's already doing time in prison for tampering with evidence, or all the laws that she's broken. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know unless Chris starts telling the truth completely. I don't think he's going to do that. Unless he really thinks he's going to get out. Like if he really believes there's a good chance that he'll get out, I think that's the only way he's going to start singing. Again, I don't know. But that's all I have for you today. So welcome back to Watch Wednesday. I will, of course, be back this Wednesday. If something pops up I feel like is important, I'll do something about it. And I'm considering still doing those videos about unsolved cases in every state. I did the one for Texas. It didn't get a lot of comments, so it made me wonder if people were interested. Maybe I should put up a poll. I put up a poll about Watch Wednesdays, and it was yes, please. Like, it was like 89% said yes. Maybe I should put up another poll about that other topic. I was wanting to do those on Sundays. But y'all can leave comments. I know you will. I'm happy to read most of them. I'm actually happy to read all of them because even the ones that are negative gives me insight. It gives me insight to what I might be doing right and what I might be doing wrong. So I appreciate all the comments. And I try to respond to them. Even the ones I didn't agree with, I will still respond. And I try to be polite. Even if people aren't polite to me, I've tried to be polite. So there we are. So thank everybody for coming by. Please, if you like this, smash that like button. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. And even if you didn't like it, please at least hit the like button. Because, as I've said before, it won't hurt you to do it. It helps me a lot. And it might help somebody else. Because the more people that like these videos, the more they get out into the algorithm, the better the chance of somebody actually liking me or liking my stuff, the more chance there is for people to see me if it gets out there. If it doesn't get out there, nobody's going to see it. So like I said, it's a free way to help me, help the channel. It's a free way. It doesn't put money in my pocket. It just helps more people see me. And I might provide something that somebody needs, so who knows? But yeah, at least smack that like button. Smack it in the face. Give it a good smack. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. I love everybody. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be careful. And have a great day.